Candace Anderson coming to you live from Hiram, Utah with stampinwithcandace.com. Welcome to another live episode. It is already the middle of October. That is just crazy. I am having a hard time. I'm still not quite sure what happened to summer, but that's okay. So, this week's Global Design Challenge is an autumn challenge. So, I was thinking about it today and decided that it was the perfect opportunity to share this technique with you. I haven't done it in a while, but I really, really love it on fall leaves and cards. So we're going to get started here, switch cameras, maybe. And um, so you can use any kind of an alcohol wipe. I just used these flushable wipes. Baby wipe technique is another way. And I will be honest, these ones were pretty dried out, uh, but that's okay. Sometimes when you do it, they will get a little bit dried out. But the good thing is you can put a little bit of alcohol in a spray bottle and be able to uh, essentially make it work again. So one thing I'm going to show you really quick, kind of how you would do this. Let's grab out a bunch of them here. That's okay. We'll shove them back in, maybe. Um, so basically, you're just going to be folding. You can fold this in half, thirds, whatever you want to do. I did find out as I was kind of playing with it. Um, Sometimes it's better to keep it folded more in half so that you don't have any crease lines behind, but it still works either way. Then what you're going to do is you're going to use your re-inkers, which I know a lot of times people think, oh, I don't need to buy these. Buy them. You want to buy your re-inkers. You'd be surprised how often you'll end up re-inking a stamp pad, but they're also really nice. You can put a little ink on the inside of your pad if you're wanting to use like the blender pens or a paintbrush to watercolor. But they also work really well on this. So I'm just going to show you really quick what you do. And you just kind of put random little drops is what you're going to do. And I randomly just, it's kind of hard. This one's a little bit easier to see. This one I used, okay, so I used Blackberry Bliss and Berry Burst for this one right here. And then I used 3, so you can kind of see the different colors a little bit on this one. I used crushed curry, pumpkin pie, and Cajun craze. And you can do colors that complement. You can do colors that vary. It doesn't really matter. Play with it, go a little wild, have fun. And then Mossy Meadow and Old Olive is what I used for this one. So the idea is we are creating kind of our own ink pad that is basically a multicolored ink pad. And so these, I did them a little bit earlier today. So I'm just going to spray a little bit of alcohol on them so that I can essentially re, um, I guess, reactivate them, I guess is the word I'm kind of looking for. And so I'm just going to randomly stamp my ink, and because it's random, you don't have to put it back in exactly the same place when you're inking them up. But you don't want to mix it a whole lot. So you want to say kind of in the same place, but it doesn't have to be exactly. It's not going to like ruin the image, I guess is what I'm looking for. So you can see how cool that looks when you stamp it. And like I said, it's really, really pretty on the leaves because it gives you kind of a um, multi-colored feel. Um, And we're going to actually cut those ones out. But this is going to be the inside of my card. And so I'm just going to kind of stamp here a little bit for the inside of my card. And let's see. Kind of trying to remember what I did somewhat here. And I hadn't really thought about using purples um, for leaves. And I saw someone else had made a card and they used some of the purples. And I just thought it was really pretty. So I decided that's what we were going to do. I'm going to kind of move these out of the way here. And I am going to wipe this off because I don't want to get ink on my other projects here or the rest of what I'm doing. So again, you can just kind of see how pretty that is on there. So the next things that we are going to do is we're going to grab, well, I'm going to use this one, kind of dry this off really quick. I am going to stamp. So I am using the Gathering Moments stamp and the matching dies. And I'm going to stamp the words. And I'm going to show you kind of what I did to get the words the way I wanted them here. So I'm doing Your Friendship Means the World to Me. And hopefully it's going to fit on here. I'm going to stamp this one here. And then I am also using Expressing Heartfelt Gratitude. I'm going to stamp this one right here. Then we're going to do a little magic. You may have actually seen me do this before, but I'm going to show you really quick. Move things out of the way here. And I'm going to grab my little cut and emboss machine here. And I am using the, I'm using the Stylish Shapes. I just lost them. Knocking them all over the place. All right. And I'm going to take this square one, the biggest square one that I have here, and I am going to just lay it about right there where I want it on this. We're going to roll it through, maybe. A little bit tricky. This is a slide out, and so it moves on me when I do it. Okay, so if you look really close, you can see that cut the dots here, here, and here, but not along the bottom. So all I'm going to do is switch, and I'm going to put it back in. But the big thing is you kind of want to feel where these little dots kind of line up so that you're not putting extra weird holes where they shouldn't be, because you want it to line up. So if you're wanting to do a shape, because these ones have squares and then they have circles and some tags, but they don't really have the rectangles. So this was a way to get that rectangle look on there. And I got a little bit of ink on it. Oh well. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. Hopefully I don't get ink all over it. Do you guys do anything fun for the fall? My kids and I love to go to the corn maze. And my husband and I snuck to our amusement park that's local over the weekend. So, and then I guess the other big thing we did is locally they do this huge pumpkin walk where they do all these scenes made out of pumpkin. And it's been something we've gone to for a good 30 something years. So we went to that over the weekend with my kids. So there, now we can see we have them cut out in that smaller image. And then we're going to go ahead and cut these out. Sorry, I didn't pre-do them. I probably should have, but let's see. Just trying to cut several out at once, but I don't know if that's going to be able to happen. Maybe we can get all three of them on there. All right. I just realized that I forgot to turn my chat on. Hang on. I will turn my chat on so I can see if you guys are talking, if you have questions or give a shout out where you're from. If you're watching the replay, you can still leave me comments or shout outs. I'd love to hear from you. All right, so we've got three of those. Move those aside, and we're going to cut out the other three really quick here. Hopefully. And I can move this out of the way. And I will show you the rest of the card. All right. So on the inside here, I have a couple of fun things here. I have just another piece of the old olive, and I'm going to do that friendship piece right here. I'm going to attach that. And then we are going to attach it to this one, just at the bottom here. And I'm attaching it at the bottom for a reason. I'm also attaching it to the a background piece on the inside for a reason. And I will show you that here in just a second. So we are going to grab our, I forget the name of this every time. I don't know why, but it's our cutting and scoring tool. So I am going to, this is cut at the 11 by 4 1/4. So I'm going to put this in at 2 3/4. And we're going to score it, and then we're going to score it at the 5 1/2, which is our center. So the center of this part, and then the center again, because we're making a we're going to make a easel card. That is what it's called. Had to think there for a minute. So we're just going to score and score. And I am going to use my early espresso, which is what this is. And I'm just going to do direct to paper a little bit and just add a little bit of extra texture or feel to the card base here. And then I have a piece of, what is this one? I don't know the name of it. It is the new Earth and Tone Metallic, which is it kind of looks a lot like this early espresso, but it's got that shiny metal feel. And we're just going to hurry and trim on here. So we trimmed that really quick. And then on okay, I gotta think for a second here. Okay, so I've used the arches, these ones right here. I love these. Very, very fun to play with. If you don't have them, I highly recommend them. But they're the everyday arches, and I love that they come in lots of sizes. And I have used the embossing folder. This is one of those great big ones, but it has like little leaves on it. And we're going to do something a little bit fun with this. So I cut it out and then I embossed it. And then I'm just going to take my white and I'm going to just kind of touch just little bits kind of here and there. I don't want the whole thing. And I'm trying to do it kind of light somewhat. We're going to set it aside for just a minute. Hopefully it kind of dries here quickly. You should have done it first, but we're going to set that aside for just a minute. We're going to put this one on the inside here. And the reason that we did this so that it had some extra texture is so that it pops up and we have something to kind of hold it. Not extra texture, extra layers. That's the word I'm looking for. And then this one is going to actually go on here, but we're going to put all of our pieces. Well, no, we're going to glue it first. So again, I'm only gluing the bottom part here. Center that on there because we want it to pop up. So when it pops up, it's going to pop up like that, and you're going to have that sticking up above it. The arch is just, it really works well for this kind of, hopefully you can kind of see how that pops up like that. But the arch works really well for this type of a card. Now, before we get to this one, we're going to hurry and we're going to glue this one on here. Kind of center it. All right. And we're going to set all these aside and we're going to grab these baker's twine. Um, a lot of this comes if you buy the suite, you would get it all. And I am just going to go one, two, well, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And then I am going to actually take these. I want them mixed. I'm going to do them separate. I did them separate on my other one. So 1, 2, 3, roughly. And I'm just going to tie a knot in the middle of this here, maybe. All right, so we have one, and then we're going to do the other one. Sometimes I put it on a little bit differently, you know, and spread it all out. But for this one, I did it kind of really, I tried to do this really big and just tie a knot, and then I can spread this all out here. Okay, so hopefully this is dry. We are going to grab our Blackberry Bliss now, and we're going to just add a little bit. The nice part about this is if I got a little too much white on it, then I can kind of cover up a little bit of that white, but it adds just kind of a little bit extra um, color, texture, feel to that by having the darker and the little bit lighter on there. Okay, and now we are going to go ahead and attach this one to our um, other arch. And this is the black, blackberry bliss color on here. So now we're ready to do our little bit of layering here. And we are going to try to decide. The last time I did it a little bit different. And I think this might be a little bit easier. So I'm going to start with putting uh, a mini glue dot on the back of my um, pieces here and put them kind of in the center. And I want to kind of mix them a little bit so they go over the top of each other. So we kind of mix that color up a little bit. And then I am going to grab my dimensionals and I'm going to go 1, 2, and 1 and 2. So I'm double layering it so it's tall enough to go over the dot or over the knots there. And then I am going to do the same thing on the end here. However, I'm not taking the sticky off of the end quite yet. So I want to put this one here in the center, and I'm kind of lining up that cut with the center here. And the reason I'm putting this on first is because I want to be able to kind of see where these are going to peek out. If that kind of makes sense, I think you'll see when I put them on here. So I can tuck these underneath, but this way I know where that's going to sit so that I can see. And I'm only putting glue kind of on the bottom of them since they're going to be kind of sticking out above here a little bit. And the first time I did this, I kind of stuck them all on there and then I put the saying on and realized that I had to move a whole bunch of them. So I decided we're going to try it a little bit differently this time. And that was much easier. Now I can kind of get up underneath this and take that sticky off and stick it down so that it's attached there. And then when we do it, it pops up beautifully. And we're going to finish it off with, where did they go? Oh, I stuck them back here. Hang on. I gotta reach. There we go. These are the adhesive metallic gems, and they kind of have the coppery ones. And so I decided to use these just to finish off our um, a little bit of sparkle. And there we go. We have finished card when you pop it up. And the inside, there's plenty of room to write up here, but you can put it on a mantle or on your desk. And it just said, I love the saying, expressing heartfelt gratitude. Your friendship means the world to me. So pretty. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to go ahead and switch cameras here. Just a couple of reminders really quick and a little bit of news. So first off, announced today, free shipping. Remember, you can go to my website, candace.anderson.stampin' up.net. You can order any of these products as well as a million other, well, maybe not a million, but a lot of other great products. But we're doing free shipping starting Wednesday through, I think, Friday, the 22nd through the 24th. We also have the join deal going on through the end of October. That means that you can join my team and it gives you discounts on the product. It gives you the opportunities to sell the product to your family and friends. Right now, the deal is awesome. For $35, you can choose $99 of your own choice of whatever products you want. So if it's scrapbooking, ink, kits, card making, lots of stuff. I know some of the scrapbooking kits are like 35 bucks just for one of those. So you could get multiple of those for your $99 and have go at it, have a lot of fun. Or you can upgrade a little bit and you can get $189 worth of product for $99. So there's two different options, but I've been doing this almost 20 years now. I got in November 20 years ago, went to a class, said, I love this, and I have not regretted it 1 minute. I love crafting, I love sharing, but I love all the people that are part of the business. Um, I do have classes that I'm going to start doing online and in home. My goal is November for sure by the beginning of the year. So be watching for those. And if you remember, I started doing all this online stuff diligently almost a year ago, and it was the Christmas card challenge that really got me doing stuff. My friend Kevin Thiessen puts it on. There's another one that I've kind of done a little bit, but I loved Kevin's and I'm participating in that again. That will be starting November 1st. So be watching for lots of fun Christmas cards coming, and hopefully you'll enjoy those holiday cards. Thank you again for joining me. I will be back again next Monday for more projects, and I will share pictures of this one as well. Please remember to like, share, comment. I love to hear from you, and we'll see you again next week. Bye bye.